Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or nah foundation review on the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. So before I get started, I really quickly want to thank you guys so much for all your support on my last video. It was a very personal one, and to be honest, I almost didn't post it because I had some issues with lighting, and I was like, you know what? No. You're posting this video, you're sending a message, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if your lighting looks awful. What matters is that you get this message to your audience and to the people that watch your channel. And I just wanted to really inspire you guys in any way that I could, and I hope that I was able to do that for you guys. But thank you so much for hearing me out. So yeah, now we can go ahead and get into this foundation. You guys have been really requesting this foundation, so I was like, I need to get my hands on this. So I went ahead and purchased this. I want to read a little bit about it before we get started, but this is supposed to be a full coverage foundation with a flawless matte long-lasting finish. It says that you apply this foundation blending outwards from the center of your face for a flawless airbrush finish. I think this foundation was like $44 or so, and I did purchase this one at Nordstrom's because my local Sephora doesn't have this foundation, so I didn't want to go ahead and order it online and pick the wrong shade and have issues. Now, this foundation does come in 44 shades. The shades are a little tricky, so I would definitely say go in store and get matched as opposed to just trying to figure out yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off, as always, with my moisturizer. I just got out of the shower. It's early in the morning. I'm gonna be using my ProCure Rosa Care on my cheeks because this is like the bomb for that redness. My First Aid Beauty moisturizer is in my bathroom. I don't feel like walking over there. I just actually came back from SoulCycle. So right now it is 8:37, but I went to a class at 6 a.m. and I'm fried. So I'm exhausted, but I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with my Bliss Watermelon Water Jelly Hydrator. This is another one that I really love. It's more of an affordable product that you can find at Target and Ulta. It smells so good. It's like a very fresh scent. And it's great for combination oily skin, so I really have been loving this whenever I don't use my First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. So I just want to get this all over. We're gonna let this kind of soak into our skin just for a few seconds before we go in with our primer. For primer, I'm gonna be using my Fenty Beauty Pro Soft Matte Filter Primer. I'm gonna just be like warming it up in the back of my fingers. And I'm gonna begin applying this all over the face. Now we're gonna be taking the foundation. Get a standard 1 ounce in here. The first ingredient in this foundation is water. And this shade is in the shade 7.5 Warm. So this is the packaging we have right here. Very luxurious. We all know Charlotte Tilbury is a very luxurious brand. And I'm gonna start pumping. Come on, I don't have all day. There we go. Like, I don't have all day. This is the consistency. It is a nice liquidy consistency, as you can see. First things first, I'm gonna be taking a sponge on this side, and then I'm gonna be taking a brush on this side. So this is the bare skin. And I'm just going to be putting this all over. I feel like it has a weird smell. So it's definitely covering super fast. Cheeks are pretty much covered. The redness is pretty much gone. I feel like it's clinging onto my texture right here. Clinging onto my texture. Coverage is good. I definitely feel like it's a full coverage foundation. I think with that one pump, we were able to cover everything, which is good because I feel like less is more. And I just prefer a product that I don't have to really add too much on. We were able to use all the product. Blends very easily, which is a good thing. Especially when you are trying to work fast with a foundation and you're in a time crunch, you want something that's going to easily blend, that's easily going to apply, and that's going to stay on through the day. Okay, so you guys can see the difference. This is the side that is covered, the side that's not covered. So there is definitely some redness, but it was all covered immediately on this side, which is definitely something I appreciate. It also feels very lightweight. I think the color is pretty good. So 7.5 warm, I think is a good shade. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do this side of the face and see what happens. I definitely feel like it's a soft matte. I'm not seeing this be like one of those like serious mattes that's like, whoa, this is intense. But I like it. I still feel like you can see the radiance of the skin, so it looks like skin. It doesn't look like heavy duty foundation. So I did another pump, and I'm taking my JH03 brush by Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. It's the nice big kabuki brush. And I'm going to begin applying the product. So let's just start in the center and then kind of slowly bring out the product to the outer parts. That covered really fast the redness, as you can see. I feel like on this side, it didn't cling on to the texture like I did notice in the beginning on this side. I feel like the sponge and the brush applied equally the same when it comes to applying it well and seeing that coverage right away. I don't think there's a big difference there, but I feel like this side just looks more natural. Now, I've heard really good things about their magic cream. I didn't get a chance to pick it up at the sale because it legit was like sold out everywhere. But I want to hear your thoughts on the magic cream by Charlotte Tilbury. If you have tried it, do you like it? Do you not like it? Is it worth a buy or not? Let me know down below, because I really would love to know. Because if it's worth the buy, I definitely would want to check it out. Okay, again, with one layer, we were able to cover this side up well. And we still have a little bit left over. Oh, it looks so good. I feel like it's set like a nice, natural finish. And I definitely appreciate that when it comes to this foundation, because I feel like it's good to have a matte foundation, but you also still want it to look skin. You want it to be breathable. The fact that it does have water as their main ingredient is definitely a good sign. Now that we're moving into fall, we want something that's going to still nourish our skin and still going to hydrate our skin, even with these colder months approaching us. I feel like a little bit of that like wetness went away that you kind of see here. You see how it's a little bit more luminous on this side? This side is completely like nice and set into place. So that's something I appreciate. As for the little area that was kind of clinging on, I feel like it doesn't look as noticeable anymore. But I do have to say, I feel like it does enhance my texture, because my texture does look a little bit enhanced. The pores look a little bit enhanced too, so I would definitely use a pore minimizing primer. I use the Fenty one, which is like a soft matte finish. I think it's supposed to help with pore minimizing, but I feel like it doesn't do it to the full potential that like my Maybelline Baby Skin would, or that my e.l.f. Putty Poreless Primer would. I think with either a sponge or a brush, you're good. When it cannot have to build on so much, I would go on a brush. I feel like the brush gives you a more perfected finish though, like a true airbrush finish, than the one on this side. I feel like this looks like your typical foundation. Like there's nothing special about this side that I'm seeing right now. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup, see how it works with the rest of my products. Then I'm gonna come back and give you guys my very first impressions, and we can go ahead and get, I definitely want to see how this is going to do on the skin through the day, and give you guys all the feedback that I can so we can decide if this is worth checking out. Hey guys, so I am back. I finished my entire face of makeup. I will have all the details down below in my description box. You guys can go ahead and check that out. So now I'm ready to talk a little bit about the Charlotte Tilbury foundation. So as I was applying everything, I didn't really encounter too many issues. The only big thing I did notice is that I did have a hard time blending out my concealer. I used today my Fenty Beauty concealer, and typically this works pretty well with my products. Like I never have any issues, but somehow I felt like it was kind of sticking onto the foundation in a weird way. It was almost like the foundation wasn't allowing it to really blend to its full potential. I've used this many times, like I just mentioned, and I've never had that issue where I felt like the foundation was kind of working against it. And I felt like maybe it's because this foundation had already set that it was like, no, whatever goes on top is not going to move. So I just had to make sure that I really went in and blended it as well as I could with my damp sponge so that it could really get that nice full potential coverage underneath of the eye, which was a little bit of, which did have a little bit of darkness because my under eyes were a little bit exhausted. But I ended up making it work. Other than that, like all the powders went on very well. It was just like that creamy consistency that did have a hard time kind of really gripping onto my face. But other than that, it is looking pretty good. I did go ahead and bake my under eyes because I did notice that I did go ahead and bake my under eyes because you guys know I always do that. I use my airspun powder just to make sure that I don't have any creasing. And I dust it away in the areas where I felt like I could possibly get oily through the rest of the day, which is just the T-zone and my smile lines. My smile lines are always the worst when it comes to oiliness, but I really want to test this foundation out for longevity. Right now it is about to be 10 a.m. so I'm going to go ahead and get my day started. I feel like the foundation is gonna look very nice. I'm hoping it does well for the full day, but typically my issue that I tend to find is that it'll do great the first half of the day, and then the second half of the day it's like a hot mess. So I will be back with you guys with a natural lighting check-in. Right now it is very cloudy out, so I had to bring out the ring light and everything, which is maybe why we look a little bit brighter today than usual. But I will try to get a good in natural lighting footage and maybe a check-in if I can squeeze it in before the very end of the day. I do want to wear this foundation for as long as I can, especially since I don't have to work out tonight because I already got the workout out of the way at 6 a.m. I can go ahead and really wear this until the end of the night so I can give you guys some really good, well-developed thoughts on this, because I think this could be good or it could also go really bad. So yeah, that's pretty much all. Everything else looks great in place. It looks healthy. It did have a little tiny bit of an itchy feel over here. I don't know why, but it went away. I don't feel that at all anymore. So just in case you guys are wondering. Hey guys, I am just coming back at you with an update. Right now it is 4:31 p.m. in the afternoon, and I wanted to show you how the foundation looks. It's actually looking pretty good considering that it's been quite a few hours. It's not looking as oily as I thought it would look by this time, which is really impressing me. There's like very little radiance peeking through, to be completely honest. Like, I think it looks really good. Maybe I could just blot a little bit right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and carry on with the rest of my evening. And then I'll come back at the very end of the day and give you guys my final thoughts on this foundation. But so far, so good. I mean, you guys tell me. What do you guys think? I think so far, so good, to be completely honest. So I am back right now. It is 8:26 p.m. at night, and I am ready to just get into my PJs and relax. I wanted to do my last check-in, my final thoughts on the, where is it? Here it is. The Charlotte Tilbury foundation. As you can see, this is what we look like right now. This is the current situation. We are very dewy right here. The last time I saw you guys, it wasn't that bad. It was like bearable. I think it was around like 4:30 p.m. So it's been I want to say like a good 3.5 hours since I last saw you guys. But I mean, we're definitely dewy. It's like not even like fresh looking at this point. It's like dewy. And I do have oily skin, so that's just something right there. I'm gonna go ahead and take my sponge and just kind of like dab the oils. Okay, so when I did that, it actually did a good job absorbing the oils. It still looks fresh though, as you guys can see. It's not like completely like back to matte, but it definitely helps. And the product isn't transferring, which is a good thing, because if you do go ahead and blot, you're not gonna have the product come off. Definitely wouldn't spend $44 on it if you're looking for it to serve you as like a nice matte foundation. If you do have oily skin, I would say probably skip out on this and try something that's more affordable, because I feel like more affordable products right now have been coming out with some really good like long wearing matte foundations. I just feel like this one is pretty for somebody that I would say has normal to combination skin that's looking for a soft matte finish that doesn't really get that oily but likes a soft matte finish. Also somebody that likes a hydrating foundation. This is a product that does have water as their main ingredient, which is fantastic, but it can also be not the best for somebody that has very, very oily skin. I think for somebody that does have dry skin, this could work because of the fact that it is a hydrating product. It does have a nice consistency, but I would only try this if you want a soft matte finish. I feel like on somebody that does have dry skin though, it's gonna be more so of a true matte than like a soft matte. That's just something to know, but I think that it is dry skin friendly. I feel like the consistency of it is very nice and smooth. It's not a thick consistency whatsoever. You guys saw how it went on my skin. And that's pretty much my thoughts on this product. Would I repurchase this? Probably not, because I feel like there's nothing groundbreaking about this one that completely like shook me to the core. Considering there's so many foundation launches right now, I feel like we have to be very selective with what we are trying. And I just feel like if you're looking at this like, ooh, is this gonna be good for oily skin? I would pass. For the Airbrush Flawless finish, I got more so with the brush. I feel like the brush really did give me that beautiful like airbrush finish. So if you guys have any thoughts on this new foundation, let me know what you're thinking about it down below in my comment section. Will you be buying it or will you be passing? I want to know all the hot tea from you guys now that I've shared my opinion. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for future foundation reviews, let me know down below and I will definitely be doing that because I always love doing whatever you guys request. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy watching my worth the buy or not videos. Also, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I hope that you enjoyed this video enough to stick around and subscribe because I would love for you to become a member of our family here on YouTube because we're constantly growing every single day and it just makes me so happy. It warms my heart. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you're never missing a video of mine because I bring you guys the good stuff here. So make sure you're notified. And that being said, I love you guys so much and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.